this time I'm actually alive. Thank God. So, no accidental thinking I'm live and not live, because that shit was annoying. I'm hoping we get through the case. That's why I put finale question mark. I don't know if we will, but I hope we do. Hey, honey. I'll do my best to be energetic and, you know, normal, but I'm a bit rough from work still. But I'll do my best. Yeah. Alright. Day 2 of the investigations begin. Alright. April 18th, 1:20 p.m. Right? Anything agency. If you're gonna play that, please, like... Thank you. Having a yokai testify in court is unprecedented, to say the least. I am Tenbataro, the yokai you seek. Look at such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenna suddenly become a demon. Yeah, it's strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackwell is playing along. Ugh. I can't even think straight anymore. Oh, shit. Wait, what about the investigation? Back! Eek! Whoa, whoa, Trissy, welcome back. Oh, you're in your stage outfit. Back from work? Yep, I really nailed this new magic trick I've been working on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick? I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all that craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. I know the killer must have used the air duct in their escape. And whoever did that was a Tenmataro that Mr. Flitch and Jinxie saw. Right. Maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. In the air duct? The real fight starts now. Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! That's actually kind of nice. Unnecessary evidence has disappeared into Trussy's magic panties. Okay. Wonder where all that stuff goes. Okay, let's get over to the scene of the crime. Vamonos, Apollo, vamonos. Oh, heck yeah. Hey, Brooklyn, welcome on in. April 18th, QB Manor, Fox Chamber. And I appreciate it, honey. Detective Fulbright, mind if we search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so... I wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Well, his sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do. Let's go and get the evidence we need. The air duct is the key. We know the Tenmataro impersonator used it to make an escape. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the Fox Chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the Fox Chamber through the air vent here. Then back through the duct and fled to the manor. That's how the illusion known entering... Yep, okay. If the killer passed the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. I'm in Ireland. Whoa, what you doing in Ireland for, Brooklyn? That sounds awesome. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting. How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Whoa, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. Do I have a light or something? Am I gonna fall through? There's a thick layer of dust in here. I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes, Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So what'd you find? You know how dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office? Right. You think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting no one's gone through that duct lately? Kinda looks that way. And if it's true, Mayor Tenma's going to be fingered as the killer. But if we don't turn things around quickly... Just as we trust. Ha ha ha! Sorry, Mr. Justice. But it seemed your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed. Ugh. Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. Ugh. And I'm back to my old devastated self. Oh, come on. Where's that devastated die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man. Bring it on. Let me suffer in peace. Ha 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 ha. Justice prevails once more. It's not over yet. Besides, kicking someone while they're down is what bad guys do. Ah? Are you calling me a bad guy? Me, Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice. Now, how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here. Information about the investigation? Alright, but I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again, you understood? We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? Alright, buddy. What you know about this? Can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. Into pinning the blame on a yokai, he really wants conviction at all costs. She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad. Yes, well... I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. I doubt that'll teach him anything. Yeah, he'll probably just write dotard 1,000 times. That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackquill believes Jinxie Tenma played that yokai stuff. Played it in an effort to protect her father. The real killer. Yeah, right. I'd like to see him prove it. Whoa, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. It was at the base of the cliff just outside QB Manor. Wait, that isn't the staff Tenma Taro was supposedly carrying, was it? The one and only. Well, then he did go out the window. Miss Tenma no doubt had tossed it over the cliff when she was done. No, wait, what about the prince? Nope, no prince, but if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway. Well, prince or no prince, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. If that's the case... Now, where in the mansion did Tenma Taro get it from? So he could have gone out the window. Did Prosecutor Blackquill figure out what the victim was, No, he did indeed. He's a sharp one, all right. He figured it out while investigating the municipal merger with the victim's past. The amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked to get... Yep. And Mayor Damien Tenma is a corrupt politician who murdered the great hero. The amazing Ninetales fans are so angry they even tried to storm the detention center. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. He must have been shocked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the Amazing Ninetales? Yes, she is. Ow! Damn it. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. We ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No! Did you forget that Mayor Tenma's not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh, yeah. You be careful now. You're defending the most hated mayor in the history. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of a finger four leg lock. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Are there any other new developments we should know? Now that you mention it. A suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something. He did? What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. Exactly as I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals. And other things of that nature. I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad he can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. I know, why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? Haha. What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there. Okay, buddy. I'll go back to the playground where the cool kids are. April 18th. Write anything agency. Damn it. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases. And I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time, it's like we're bound and gagged too. Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up. Oh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough. Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here too. Mr. Wright. How goes the investigation, Apollo? Athena? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happened? Hello, Mr. Wright. Was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. I know, I never had to defend a yokai before. That business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped that locked room. Yeah, well, we just found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Well, that's bad news. How are we going to get out of this one? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Force a smile? Yeah, my mentor taught me that back when I was still learning the trade. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics. That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is the lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. The basics. Always believe in your client, huh? Well, at least there's some things about Mia. So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, I went there a few times and studied the various legal systems over there. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so... Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. It was like fate brought us together. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all. Ha ha ha, I knew she was a lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. Oh, it's nothing special. Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology of hers. It's just I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard. Still amazed she actually became a lawyer. And at the tender age of 18, no less. Wow, that's almost superhuman. Or, personally, like she's trying to help somebody she knows. Alright, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client. Right. Mr. Wright.
Mike,
Yes? I'm going to visit our client again.
look how well my computer knows the same thing. Okay, last time it crashed.
I think that's a good idea. Alright, time to see what's new down at the detention center. April 18th, detention center. Visitors room. Mayor Tenma, we want to talk to you about something. Kasha! Eek! Caw, so my minions have returned. Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai. I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again. Silence, peddler of legal trade. Free me from these imprisoning walls of great haste. Well, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. Starting to wonder if we should even be helping him win his freedom. Still, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed. You know what I mean? You can clear me of these charges. I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now ask me of what you will. Suppose it's worth a shot. I don't... Okay. Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing? Indeed, the remnants of Tenbataro, king of the underworld they be. The day when I once again dominated the mortal world is at hand. Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka. The prosecution claims the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinxie. What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once. Huh? Mayor Tenma, is that you? Well now, Damien appears to still reside within this body. But I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien. I guess a little thing like a demonic possession will stop a father's love for his daughter. You didn't kill Artem and QB, did you? I have killed no one. The remnants of my presence have been misconstructed. The murderer is not I. For if I had slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed him, leaving naught but ash. Yikes. So, you are saying there must have been somebody else there? I'm gonna think of it. The mayor had mentioned that he had been clubbed with a statue. Better ask him about this, too. Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me. Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. Behold, the key to the Forbidden Chamber. Whoa, is regurgitation one of your demonic powers, too? Bah! I do not waste my powers on such parlor tricks. Take this key from the killer, did Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the Forbidden Ancient. So he wanted to keep it shut tight. But no fingerprint shall you find upon that key. How did you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers, then? Foolish mortal. You would have me, Tenbataro, act as some insane alchemist? I but as the jailer and my will has done. Quite eagerly, I must add, caw. Always an honor to serve your benevolence. Guess I'm not the only one he scares the living daylights out of. Can we ask how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door. Curse that infernal door. But if I had known its manner of opening long ago, would I have made my return? He has a point there. Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. Forbidden Chamber key. Added to the court records. I never did see how much evidence is gone now. Yeah, a bit. What, might I ask, is that? The statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder. Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Yes, something wrapped in such a cloth, does he recall? A secret gift from Alderman QB, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it till now, but the cloth did conceal it. Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck? Of that Damien does not know. A secret gift. Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it. Should question him about the blackmail letter, too. See what he says when I show it to him. Why this? This is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien. Apparently, somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Caw. You have questions, do you? Very well, ask away, mortal. Okay. Who placed this in the alderman's pocket? Very few were then who knew of the letter was in Damien's briefcase. So, whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket. Could it have been his doing? Mr. Taro, did you just remember something? Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of that letter. Damien's aide, Florent Labelle. Full knowledge of that briefcase contents did the aide possess. Then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for. That is preposterous. He's a most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien. It seems like Mayor Tenma is a bit too trusting of those around him. Still, this is huge. Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter into the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florent LaBelle. Here comes justice. Let's go find Mr. LaBelle and rake him over with coals. Thanks for the help. Just giving us a major lead. Blackmail letter updated. There's something that still bothers me. Mr. LaBelle is the killer. What could have motivated him to open the Forbidden Chamber? We should probably search it for clues. Only one problem. How do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole? Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. Either she's here or she's in Yokai Lane. April 18th. Nine Tails Vale. Yokai Lane. Hey, isn't that... Grr, you dare imprison me. Jinxie. She's acting really strange. That loathsome no-good nine-tailed fox. He shall know the terror that is mine in despair. Grr, grr, you shall pay. Oh, you shall pay dearly. All of you. Jinxie, are you alright? Ah! Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Morning, Jinxie. Morning? Isn't it already past noon? What am I doing here? Last I remember, I laid down to take a nap back at the manor. Oh no. Must have been the... Makurgashi. What? Makurgashi? Ever wake a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor or in the hallway? Well, it's a yokai's fault. The Makurgashi preys on... Yep, that one. It sounds like you just need to be tucked in really tight or maybe a snug sleeping bag. Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead? I don't? Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me. I'd say we had a more than adequate demonstration of that just now. I'd better reapply them. Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you. Ah, there was something I wanted to tell you too. I remembered something else. You did? What was it? I'll ask this first. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the Forbidden Chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole. Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear. Secret mechanism? Really? Uh-huh. It's hidden in the Fox Chamber. But only Alderman QB knew what it was and how it worked. The Alderman of Ninetales Vale, sure loved the mysteries. Apollo, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism. Whoa, slow down. There's something else I need to ask about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. Even the Manor's Master Key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room. It must never be opened. Guess that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder. After all, we know Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so... So the mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber were not in vain. It's only one of its kind. Okay. Alderman Kiwi made that statue. It's a token of goodwill. I think it was meant to be for Ninetales Vale and Tenma Town. A token of goodwill. But the two yokai are fighting. Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion is missing. Oh, the statue. Originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look like that way now, does it? Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head? That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the Alderman and I. That was just me, but it's symbolic of goodwill forever etched in my memory. Really? I can't present her this, right? I could try, I guess. Is this a... Yep. Tsukigami? Yokai that inhabits objects that have been used for a really long time. The Red Demon and Tsukigami. What a strange combination. So everything to her, supernatural phenomenon. Okay, so... Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered? Well, after the trial, I remembered lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird. I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What? It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door. Wait, what? Are you sure? Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now. So you're saying that they were left at the crime scene after you found it? This could spell major trouble, Apollo. Why? Because Jinxie's already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, it will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on. Ah! Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planning the evidence. Good luck rebuting that. Oh man, this is not good. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. So, is there anything else we should know about Jinxie? No, that's about it. Ah, she's lying. My bracelet is reacting. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be... And just as we trust. Yikes. A ghost. Oh, such a Fulbright. What are you doing here? Business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor Blackwell's asked me to question her. Question me? Sorry, not interested. Are you here to ask about that whole yokai affair? That's right. Specifically, we want to ask. Oh, but I can't tell you that now, can I? No, ha 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 ha. Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right? No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies, and just as we trust. The Twisted Samurai sure has him on a short leash. So you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll then? Now, come along, Miss Tenma. To the station with you. He took her away. Missed my chance to see what she was lying about. Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out. I just hope they let us in now. April 18th, QB Manor Garden. There we go. Why is your hair blue now? Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent! I'm so glad I had these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman. Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask him about you-know-what. Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter. Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me? There's something we wanted to ask. Where's that ringing coming from? You'll have to excuse me. Hello, LaBelle here. What the... Those things on his shoulders are cell phones? Yes, about that. You must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare. Where do you buy clothes like that? Ha 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 ha! Surprised? This is my own special design. It's the ultimate form in functional beauty. Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? Looks a bit unwieldy to me. Ah. Ha 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 ha! You simply don't have an eye for beauty. If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind. So what do you want with me? Both Jinxie and Mr. Flitch said they saw Tenma Taro. But what about you, Mr. LaBelle? If you were in the foyer, why didn't you see... Ah! Ha 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 ha! Very well, I admit it. That's right, I, Florent LaBelle, saw the demon Tenma Taro. So he did see something. Then why did you lie about not seeing him? I was simply trying to protect dear little Jinxie. Protect Jinxie? What do you mean? Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers. Which one are we talking about? The one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing. Rumor has it she's possessed by Tenma Taro. That one's new to me. Ha 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 ha! Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about a Tenma Taro sighting, Little Jinxie should be your prime suspect. Tell us more about that rumor. So, what was that rumor about Jinxie? They say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It hits suddenly, then she starts wandering around doing strange things. Is that so? Although, come to think of it, that loathsome, no good, nine-tailed fox, he shall know the terror that is mine in despair. Bro, you are not possessed. That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier. Once she even put on a Tenbataro costume and wandered around the woods at night. She did? What the fuck? It's a costume! It's not a real yoke. Oh my god. These people. Ugh. Wish I'd never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed? Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing during these episodes. Memory loss during possession. Come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy. I suppose that, too, was caused by her possession. Ah, then maybe... So you do understand. The whole yokai business was entirely of her own making. No, wait a minute. I'll know that yokai evidence wasn't there until she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black feathers and strange tracks there herself? Apollo, let's ask Mayor Tenma about Jinxie's episodes the next time we talk with him. What is that? It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman Kyubi. It was sent to Mayor Tenma. And? Your point being? Someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase. And then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered. Oh, you don't say. You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew about that blackmail letter that was in his briefcase. So naturally you... Ah. Perhaps that sort of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes. Or my eyes fall from their sockets. Is it possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect? What would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place? Oh, well... My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. In other words, you have nothing. Now, let me show you what to do with this garbage. You can't destroy evidence like that. What do you mean I can't? I just did. Feel a little lighter now? You've just won a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy. Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know. Guess that's it for now. Hello, LaBelle speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product at your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Then I shouldn't advertise it on TV? But I don't understand. As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world. Stop the bus. I'm getting off. Everyone wants my exclusive Jules Lebel product. It's the crown jewel of my collection, born of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it has become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare. You don't say. Well, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's not meant for you peasants. Peasants? This is my latest product. I'm calling it Color Lebel, a dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water. Guess that means you can't sweat. I have 7 colors in all. You can find more in my commercials and magazine ads. Yet it's not available to the public? Great sales strategy there, genius. Come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle. Your hair color's changed since the last time we met. The little lady has quite the discerning eye. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty. Oh, Apollo, what should I do? Better take it before you get a face full of cologne. Good point. Wow, thanks, Mr. LaBelle. Color me LaBelle. Okay. Okay, let's over to the Fox Chamber. We've still got to find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. Okay. I'm going to leave. Goodbye. What a creep. April 18th, QB Manor, Fox Chamber. I wonder where the lock is. I can't see it. Okay, let's find the secret mechanism for the opening the forbidden lock. Ooh, this is so exciting. Can't wait to see how it works. But you do really think the killer entered the forbidden chamber? We'll just have to open it to find out. We should also see if there was anywhere the killer could have hid in this room. Okay, let's get started. Aperture, Apollo? Aperture. Okay. Couldn't he have hidden behind here? Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-booey. Why is that a check mark? Two foxes standing back to back are depicted on this elegant folding screen. Could this have something to do with the keel? Wait a minute. Two foxes. There are two fox statues in front of the forbidden chamber as well. Oh, wait, I didn't even mean to do that. Maybe the keel will appear if we do something to this folding screen. But I don't see anything unusual about it. Well, it does have two foxes on it, and there are two fox statues in front of the door. Maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn this whole place upside down. She's excited as a kid in a candy store. Well... There's a carving of the Nine-Tails Fox over the door that statue's over him. The way those two statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are two foxes on the folding screen as well. Can't be a coincidence, can it? Hey, the statue moves. Don't get carried away now. I mean, who knows? It might trigger a trap. Heh, I can handle it. If a spirit comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular Karate Kid. I guess if you can catch something that fast out of a midair, you can accomplish anything. Still, there might be something to the fact that these fox statues rotate. Maybe there's something around here that shows the position they should be in? I mean, we've kind of figured that out. Do I have to look at the folding screen again? Because if so, that's going to make me mad. There really is no escaping here through the air duct. And here we go through all the trouble of bringing a ladder to check it out. It's not a ladder, Apollo. It's a step ladder. What's the difference? They both have the word ladder in them. What's the difference? Oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors and decide who's right. You're way too competitive. And it's not even related to the original issue either. Still no keyhole, huh? I wonder where the keyhole is. Yeah, the door won't budge, just like the spiky bangs of yours. Well, I'll take some water, but I don't think that would work on the door. Oh, I know. I'll break it down with a body slam. Ha ha ha, I seriously doubt you could do that. How do you know if I haven't even tried? No, wait, don't. Ah! As much as you hate losing, Athena, I think the door would win this match. Okay, can I move these now? Carving the Nine-Tailed Fox over the door and statues of him on either side. Where those two statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door. Can I move it yet? You're not gonna let me move it. I wonder what else is in the room. Do I have to click this now? Okay. Just remember this mystery novel I once read. The murder occurred in a locked room. And the perpetrator made sure to hide behind the door, the room's door when it was opened. Then, when no one was looking, he made his escape. Like that. A clever trick, but it would have been impossible in this case. See this broken Tanuki statue here? Nora must have banged into it when it was opened. Oh, I get it. The real killer couldn't have been there because of the statue. Better take a look behind this door, too. Oh, look, the doorknob banged into the wall. Made a big dent, too. That wouldn't happen if the killer had been hiding there. Alright, I guess that rules out the old hide behind the door trick. Okay, I'm glad we went through all that. Maybe the killer hid under the table. That would be a terrible hiding place. The elephant's body would have been right above. Maybe you're right. Guess the underside is a bit... Wait, there's something under the table. Let's check it out. That's kind of cool. I like that. Hey, look! There's something down here. It looks like a piece of something. Only question is, a piece of what? Oh, I know. It might be a piece of the statue. Remember what Jinxie said? The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup. It was a symbol of goodwill. So this piece broke off and rolled under the table. Fine, it's important to look there, I guess. Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo? I'll never find the key to this forbidden chamber at this rate. There's something about that folding screen. You know how those fox statues in front of the forbidden chamber move? That screen would be a clue as to how we're supposed to position them or something. Hey, I bet you're right. Let's go over that screen with a fine-tooth comb. Huh? Closer inspection. I think there's more to the screen than meets the eye. Yes, because that's one door and that's the other. Check every last... My god, I know what it is. And rotate the folding screen with... And if I spot anything of interest, I can press space to inspect it further. And also zoom in and out with B and to get a better look. Now let's check out every last inch of it. Oh, would you look at that? Nothing. Oh, fucking shit. What's this? Looks like a keyhole or something. You think it could be the keyhole to the forbidden chamber? No, it's just a picture. Still, you know what they say. A picture's worth 1,000 words. It's a picture of a key. Its shape looks awfully familiar. Oh, I know. It's shaped like the forbidden chamber's key. Wait, what about that keyhole drawn on the center of the screen? You think the two are related? A key and a keyhole. Ooh, I just got an idea. What if we fold them in? Fold the screen up to the right. The key and the keyhole should overlap. Hey, I think you're right. Let's give it a try. I'm a frickin' genius. Oh my god. I'm so smart. Look, a door. Yeah, and it opens too. The two foxes are now facing each other, so... Hey, what if we made those fox statues face each other? What? It's like I said it. Apollo, let's go check out that. Let's go check out the two statues. Okay, I'll move the statues so they face each other, just like on the screen. I wonder what'll happen. Oh my god, a keyhole. Look, a lock appeared. Now we can use that key. Okay, here goes nothing. What's behind the door? It worked. Time to see why this chamber's so forbidden. What secrets could it hold, I wonder? Oh, is it an animation? I really hope so. I don't think so, though. April 18th, QB Manor. Forbidden Chamber. Thud. His doors need some serious oil. Ah! It was like nails on a chalkboard. Oh, right. Forgot about those super good ears of yours. Look. More feathers. And, that's kind of cool, though. Eek! That's cool. The heck is that? Is that a Tenmotaro statue? But there's something odd about it. All I know is I don't like it. but I can't explain why. You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. See that up there? You're not scared, are you? What, of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Heh, heh. Really? And look. Well, what? What is it? His hair product? Over there on the left. There's a bunch of staves on that rack. It kind of looked like the staff we saw earlier. You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Tenmataro carrying? Yeah, I bet our Tenmataro impersonator really did come in here at some point. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place. Finally. Whoa, that's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tenmataro has a staff. The Tenmataro and the scroll didn't have one. I wonder why. I feel like this could be significant, but why? Let's take a closer look. First, to go around this table here. Ah, Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea? Hey, it looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue. Don't open it. Who knows what might be in there? I'm opening it. Just a big empty compartment. For all the dust and cobwebs. I'd say it hasn't been opened in a really long time. That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it in. Wait, there is something in here. Looks like some sort of figure. But it's so dusty, I can't tell what it's supposed to be. Wonder what it's doing here. Okay, then. I wonder what this vent hole is looking for. Oh, look! There's an air vent here, too. I guess even forbidden chambers need proper ventilation. But I don't think anyone could reach this one either. Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. Yes, there is. Wonder where this vent leads. Well, the Fox Chambers vent didn't branch that way, so... maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this case after all. A stone lantern. Like those Japanese garden lamps? Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there is no switch. Oh, here it is. What? It was hidden out of sight. I see Tenmataro's cell has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai could want. It'd have been cool if she turned it on. Looks like a gravestone or something. It reads, "Here lies Tenmataro, age 80. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone." Say it ain't so. Besides, it sounds more like an autopsy report than a pith, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking because you're scared. Coping mechanism. I'm not scared. Freak out central. Right here, baby. Cut it out, widget. I was strong on this one. There's a bunch of staves here, and it looks like one's missing. Tenmataro Jinxie saw must have taken it. I'd have to agree. These look like the ones Detective Fulbright showed us. Why do you think there are so many here? Maybe they're spares? Tenmataro might be, absent-minded or something. But the fact that he has spare staves handy shows that he's aware of his faults and is trying to deal with them. Or at least that's my take on it. Maybe just a reminder to deal with her own faults. But I won't hold my breath. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging's really gaudy. And the fact that there's no dust on it means it hasn't been here very long. Oh, it's hand cream. Let's see what brand it is. Jesus Labelle. Labelle? What the? But then, wouldn't that mean Mr. Labelle was here? I guess so. But why? Well, whoever was dressed up like Tenmataro must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person probably dropped this hand cream at that time. In other words, the Tenmataro impersonator we're looking for is none other than... Florent Labelle. No way, it's like I knew that. This might be a big break for us in court tomorrow. Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma. Hand cream. Black feathers. They're exactly like the ones in the Fox Chamber. They're not black, though. That means the killer must have been in here at some point. The question is, why? Maybe Maybe the Temataro costume was hidden in here? I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb. Well, when did the killer get in here? The mayor snatched the forbidden chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder. Wow, this is one tough riddle, all right. He hid the costume in the vase, and he broke it to get it out. Looks like an old scroll, and there's something drawn on it. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe? A monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training. Wouldn't that just be a hiker? The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena. Oh look, there's some yellow things strapped to his back. Whoa, it's turning into Tenmataro. What's this scroll getting at? Is this how Tenmataro was born? Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. Guess that about wraps it up. What now? Should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah, I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions in Tenmataro. Alright, let's back her up. We're so happy now. April 18th, Kyubi Manor. Foyer. The curse of Temataro! Eek! You guys are ignoring the superstitions at our peril. Find your own business, will ya? Fine. Ah! Youch! What's all this about a curse? Temataro's gonna curse us all. He's toxic with yours, or we'll accept the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say. Right. How about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstitions? Huh? Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine. You know better than to go stealing people stuff like that. The same goes for my bracelet. So sorry. I promise I won't do it again. I don't like that guy. He almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget. That big jerk. I'm sorry. Guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. Can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal Widget. Grr. Yipes! Mercy. I can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood running in my veins. Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean? Glad he asked. The infamous bandit Azuki Kozo was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this. What exactly am I looking at? Looks like another one of those yokai to me. It's more than that. The Azuki Kozo robbed from the rich to give to the poor, he did. And he'd leave one of those figures at the scene of the crime. What's more, I'm his grandson because he was my grandpappy. Well, you don't say. Thieves' doors, it's honest truth. Ah, the sloshing sound of Azuki being scraped together in the dead old night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm Azuki Kozi, washer of money, giver outer of wealth, reborn. Forget the money. You should be washing yourself with this nasty habit. Wait a second. This figure looks familiar. Yes, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Hey, what are you doing with that there figure? Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it's been under there for practically forever. Could be my grandpa broke in the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. What's telling me there's treasure in that there chamber? Treasure? What do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber? Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grand's happy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. There's something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though. My grandfather didn't by chance already steal it, did he? Seeing how there was one of his old figures in there, that just might be. That's grandpappy for you. But he was washed. He washed treasure up real good before handing it out to the poor. Oh, of course. Because he was so righteous. In court, you mentioned seeing Tenmataro near the scene of the crime. Sorry I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me. The people of Ninetales Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenmataro. Darn right, them superstitions scare me out of my wits, I tell you. That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on. So you plan to stay here in Ninetales Vale? Yep, I'm gonna keep living right and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rule book to me. Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in these old wives' tales? Ain't you been listening to a word I said? You're gonna do exactly what them superstitions say. Well, I say that's baloney.
Take that!
It's clearly written right here. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. Ah! So according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in Ninetales Vale. But if you really believed in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now. Oh, ah! Not even lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch. Yipes! You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you? Sorry, but I didn't have no choice. So what was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Tenmataro? It's all that pretty boy's fault, Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. He said if I did, he'd be doing the superstitions, so what would happen? So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you. Why did Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence? Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of that rumor, the one about her being possessed. That rumor again. Guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumor. Ouch! Hey, watch it! Village superstition stolen by Phineas Filch. I'll be taking this back now. Kinda like family to me. You could have just asked instead of stealing it. Was that all we wanted to ask, Mr. Filch? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenmataro one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. April 18th, Detention Center. Visitors room. Lord Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence. Why are you speaking like that? Oh, Mayor Tenma, you returned. Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me. That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time. So, what can I do for you today? We'd like to ask you about the rumor that Jinxie is possessed. She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Huh? Caw, no matches without warding charm for me. Ugh, the charm. Tenmataro's back. Those foolish mortals, they shall regret blaming my child for my doings. Ugh, I blew it. Question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared either. Great. We'd like to ask you about something your aide, Florent LaBelle, mentioned. Did you know Jinxie is rumored to be possessed? I know none of what you speak. You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you? I, Tenmataro, Demon Lord of the Yokai. Protect a mere mortal? No affections do I possess for your race of humans. Please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. If you're denying that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tenma's name. But I have already told you I know not of what you speak. I don't think we'll get anything more out of him. It's all over unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant that yokai evidence. Hey, Apollo, I think I've got this one. I think I could prove that she didn't do it. Really? Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain the whole possession thingy. Knock yourself out then. Wow, it was really something. Really count on her when it counts. Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of yep, that one. Yep, you mean sleepwalking? Yes, I believe she's exhibiting a rare form of this disorder. usually brought by repressed stress. Mr. Mayor, didn't her system start soon after she began her job in Ninetales Vale?
When the child visited last, she did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob her of sleep each night.
I knew it. That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can't be trying to protect you, at least not on a conscious level. But then the Temotaro that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie.
Sleepwalking, eh? That would indeed explain the matter.
Look, Temotaro's spirit. It's left the mayor's body. Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma?
Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you.
What? Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you?
I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt.
I knew it.
Your suspect, Florent, is behind all this. But why? Did he really want Ninetales Vale that badly?
Can you think of any reason why?
Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenmataro for a spell. Ah, could it be? Perhaps he was attempting to release Tenmataro.
That's crazy. Are you saying that yokai is real?
Whatever the case, Tenmataro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn, you must not gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison.
But do people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Temotaro thing now. Yeah, and I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle. I really don't wanna.
Your dinner is ready, your benevolence. Ah, an offering to the Demon King. You may place it right here there.
The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul to make it.
Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time. Caw-caw, caw-caw, caw-caw.
Yes, your benevolence. I'll remember that. How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade? Well, we're to talk to Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma, so why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next, now that we know the truth? He won't be able to claim that the Temotaro was Jinxie or the mayor anymore. But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him? Oh no, I don't want to talk to him. I hate him. Row 18, QB Manor, foyer. I hate this guy.
Okay, now let's practice that again for the chief from the top.
Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And when we, heard a scream, oh heck. What was the next part again? Ah! You have the memory capability of a flea. It's the 13th time. Now 100 times more and we're done. What on earth are they practicing? Oh, I ain't cut out for this. Whoops-a-daisy. Oh, I'm begging your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. It's just all this practice. Oops. Unbelievable. What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? Did Filch LaBelle's wall just now? So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo?
Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? Pfft, you peasants are so tacky. But what do you want with me?
The confession of being the Tenotaro imposter would be nice right about now. Mr. Filch filled me out on a conversation you two had. And about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenotaro.
Filch, you fool! I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth.
So why did you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet about that like that, Mr. LaBelle?
Ha 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 ha! Why, to protect darling little Jinxie, of course.
But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor. It also means she couldn't have possibly been Tenmataro.
Interesting. But where are you going with this?
Since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who really was Tenmataro.
Ha 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 ha! Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Tenmataro? I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm nothing of the sort.
That's right, Mr. LaBelle even told me Tenmataro was Jinx, so why would he...
I said Tenmataro was Jinxie, you fool! Honestly, you have the memory capability of a flea. Practice it 100 more times. So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. Well, I'll be waiting with a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. Filchi, wake up, you lazy bones. Huh? What? Is he sleeping? Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy it did. Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow. Oh, I'm begging ya, not another lesson. I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. Right up the nose, not. Keep quiet and do exactly as I say. No, please. Anything but another lesson. What? There they go. That's our chance to get the truth out of him. Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie Jinxie told. We better go clear that up before tomorrow. Think they're done questioning Jinxie? Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane shopping for more charms. April 18th. Nine Tails Vale. Yokai Lane. Yep. Occurs Nine-Tails Fox. It's time for settling the scores high. My grudge has but festered over time. At the last, vengeance will be mine. Grr, grr. She's possessed or sleepwalking again. Maybe if I speak softly, I won't startle her and get a charm plastered on my forehead. Psst, Jinxie. Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Ah, the charms must have fallen off again. Phew. So I can avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel. Are they done questioning you, Jinxie? Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released. Yeah, which one? Well, I'm known to the Nine-Tails Fox and Temataro. It shows them dancing together. Really? Two bitter rivals dancing together? Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges. Oh, right, for the municipal merger issue. No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. It'll stop you two from fighting, like you did in court this morning. We weren't fighting, it was just a spirited debate. That's what lawyers... Ah! No fighting. Charm slapped again. Although, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about. Jinxie, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important? Eek! Like what? Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time. Eek! When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman and QB were collapsed in the Fox chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair. I knew it. She's holding something back. Alright, let's proceed with the truth.
Gotcha!
Eek! Ah! Don't shout like that. You're scared the wits out of me. And don't stare at me like that either. It's creepy. Guess that wasn't right. So was it her flapping the...
Gotcha!
Okay, it was this. We're very nervous when you said, that's all he said, weren't you? Not because I saw your fingers move as if you were going to slap someone with a charm. Huh? Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Tenma say anything else to you? It was nothing. He just said talking in his sleep. He was just talking in his sleep. Talking in his sleep. So you admit that he did say something else. Eek! How could you tell? Only a demon could have such powers. Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say something like that? Could you be a little more specific? Before he fainted, he said, "Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed all the big QB." I said, "What?" The mayor actually confessed to his crime? But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known what he's saying. He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare. A nightmare? Well, this is a nightmare. This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we going to do now? Right. Just believe in my client. Even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair. Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession? I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer. Why would the mayor confess like that? Could he really have been dreaming, or simply delirious? Who knows? But I sure feel like I'm in a living nightmare right now. Apollo, what are we going to do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived. And our clients even confessed. Not only that, Jinxie's been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are going to prison if we don't do something. I know. Well, let's see here. A lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem. Jinxie has testified when she first opened the door, Alderman QB and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox chamber. But if the real killer must have been hiding in there as well. Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation. A mystery person must have then fled the Fox chamber and was open. So when Jinxie saw what she thought was Tenma Taro. But Papa and the Alderman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else. What's going on here? Bell extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime? Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo, we have to take down that dirty, rotten Temataro Florent LaBelle. Right. We'll get him with a legal exorcism, justice style. Okay. I think we're on the final trial. April 19th, 9:30 a.m. District Courtroom number 4. Oh, we're getting right into it. Good. Day 2. Court is now in session. All rise. I don't see him risen. Court is back in session for the trial of Damien Tedball. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. Athena Kite, assistant defender, is ready too, Your Honor. Je suis prêt. As strippers ever I see, and in French no less. And the prosecution. Very well then. By the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to provide sturdy shackles today. There will be no more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Blackwell. Now your opening statement, if you would. I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it. Looks like the judge is really bringing it today. He probably realized how Blackwell played him. That was one mean game, as Simon says. Yeah, His Honor had to fight to defend his honor today. Your baldness. It's plain to see that you've always dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement. I have? I don't know if I'd say that. Why, of course you have. I saw it in your eyes the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you have been watching opening statements from your bench. They were the crown jewels of the court. The one thing you could not possess. The crown jewels of the court? Now, at long last, they are within your grasp. What could you possibly refuse? Oh, so you don't mind if I do it then? I'll make a special exception. Just this once. Here we go again. Yep, more Blackwell's mind games. Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking truth that the victim, Alderman Rex Cubey, was the amazing Ninetales. We also learned that
Amazing Ninetales was a key figure in the yokai craze and anti-merger protests. It was further revealed that upon learning Rex Kyuubi's secret identity, Mayor Damien Tenma murdered him. The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light. And the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and the victim. The defense proposed the existence of a hypothetical third party. But further investigation revealed no proof of the third party who had escaped the room. Ergo, we must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Did I say something wrong? That was quite astonishing. You've truly outdone yourself this time. Oh, heh. One more thing to boast about to my grandchild. Well, that was not an unexpected turn of events. Now then, it seems the prosecution has called a new witness to testify. The inexplicable yokai evidence up to the scene of the crime. Well, does it not demand some sort of explanation? The feathers and tracks? Weren't those left by the mayor while he was possessed? That was but an act to protect his daughter. Oh? Yes, of course. I had suspected as much. Wait, did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance? His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the matter was the matter's maid, Jinxie Tenma.
Objection!
Prosecution is engaged in a mere conjecture. Would you care for some witness testimony then? For I am ready to prove that little scamp is the one behind the Tenmataro face. Farce. Witness testimony. I'll bet he means Filch and the creep LaBelle. Very well then. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness? And he's back. Mr. Filch, you made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it doesn't happen again today. Been known for my hasty retreat since I was a kid. Bit of a trademark of mine. Indeed, you managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs a slip. Like those amateurs could ever have me. Yipes. Perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place. Yipes! No, please. I'm liable to rip my own head off as I start running. Your statement, now. Yes, sir. He's a blackhead, sir. He may be a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping Prosecutor Blackwell. Yeah, Blackwell doesn't strike me as the give-up-easy type. Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. Specifically, the true nature of the yokai you saw in the manor shortly after the crime. Bum bum. Yokais and Jinxie. The yokai is Jinxie. Temataro's really a little maid girl, ain't no doubt about it. And the Temataro I saw was just a little thing about her size. But the little run had a big old staff. I seen it when she came in out of the foyer. Bet you she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on the crime scene. She was gonna use it to wallop me on account of my fierce reputation, I know it. So, Temataro was short in stature. And that's because it was Miss Jinxie Tenma all along. You betcha. Besides all the rest in the manor, we're way taller than her. Feeling height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short. What if the Temataro impersonator was walking on their knees? Weren't no knee walking, I seen it myself. And perhaps the yokai really was Miss Tenma after all. All monsters are not but tricks, either of the mind or the cheap parlor variety. So you're saying she created an illusion like one of those magical eye things? Precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But in truth, it was simply the janitor. Ho ho ho! Prosecutor Blackwell just gave up the ghost, literally. The janitor's deathly complexion and all white attire are, no doubt, partially to blame. And that the fact that he constantly mutters about taking vengeance for this or that. That actually sounds like a real ghost to me. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Okay. My job begins now. The yokai Jinxie. Temataro's really that little maid gal, ain't no doubt about it.
Hold it!
Mr. Filch, you and Mr. LaBelle mentioned something about a practice yesterday. You deny this so-called lesson was about what you were supposed to say in court. And no, you got it all wrong. Then could you tell the court exactly what sort of lesson it was? Oh, it was, what was it? I don't remember. Math, you know, numbers and stuff. He's completely under Black Quill's control, too. Anyway, that Temotaro was that little maid gal, so what's the difference? I mean, that Temotaro was just a little thing about her size.
Hold it!
I take it you got a good look at how tall the Temotaro impersonator was. You betcha. I got a habit of sizing people up. I could even give you a primer on how to pull it off. All under a table natch. I got a knack for figuring out where people's pockets are and how much money they have. I size them real good before I relieve them of their valuables. He just admitted to being a pickpocket right here in court. Does the witness holding that this Temotaro enter the foyer? Darn right I do. Okay. Run had a big old staff. Seen it when she came into the foyer.
Hold it!
Well, you're not gonna brush it all off by claiming the perp was short. Must have hit a raw nerve because you ain't that tall yourself. Who's talking, Mr. I've got to stand in the box just to testify. Anyway, Mr. Filch, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you say that Temotaro you saw had a staff? Cross my heart and hope to die. I know, because it went a jingle and a jangle. And where do you suppose that staff came from? The staff, you say, well, she stole from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on the crime scene, but it was locked.
Hold it!
Suppose you mean to say that Jinxie 10-man to the Forbidden Chamber to get one. Well, I ain't never seen a staff like that in the manor. So it had to be the Forbidden Chamber. Oh, really? The stench of LaBelle is thick in the air today. Jinxie entered the Forbidden Chamber after the incident. Then she took the staff and tried to cover up her actions by pretending to be Temotaro. I guess that's what Filch is trying to say. Could Jinxie have even entered the Forbidden Chamber if she wanted to? Yeah, no, this is the cute time. There is one thing I was wondering about. Why did that yokai have a staff in the first place? Well, I've got my hunches about that. I'm a genius. Would seem that Temotaro was, in fact, not this innocent little girl. Huh? How do you figure that? The Temotaro you saw had one of those staves from the Forbidden Chamber, but it would have been impossible for Miss Tema to get a hold of one. Care to elaborate, Mr. Justice? The mayor swallowed this key shortly after the murder. He wanted to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber. What's this? This key was deep in the mayor's stomach when Mr. Tema discovered the crime scene. So you see, it would have been impossible for her to get into the Forbidden Chamber. In short, the Temotaro seen holding that staff could not have been Jinxie Tenma. What? Dun dun dun. But, man, who does the defense believe was impersonating Temotaro? Our Temotaro impersonator is none other than the Mayor Tenma's aide.
Objection!
Such accusations beg evidence. Aside from his ghastly appearance, can you prove he was the yokai we seek? Yes, in fact, I can. Very well. Let's see where the defense is going with this. Sir Justice, please show us proof as to the true identity of the Temotaro impersonator.
Take that!
We found this hand cream in the Forbidden Chamber. And we know that whoever was Temotaro took one of the staves out of there. In short, I believe whoever this hand cream belongs to is the yokai impersonator we're looking for. Well, Mr. Justice, how do you propose to identify the hand cream's owner? I'm glad you asked, Your Honor. The defense requests a fingerprint analysis on this piece of evidence. Wait, that's how? Might tell us who it belongs to. Interesting. So, you expect me to find the yokai's prints there? Very well. I hereby call a short recess while we wait for the fingerprint results. No need for that, Your Baldness. We have the prints of everyone at the manor that day. Gold Prosecutor Blackwell. Could anyone be more whipped? Fulbright analyzes for prints. You have 3 minutes. Your wish is my command. Very well then. I guess we'll just wait right here. It would seem that the fingerprint analysis is complete. Well, what do the results show? What in the world? They're Florent Robel's prints, aren't they? This is absurd. Prosecutor Blackwell? I'm not going to like this, am I? Don't tell me! They're Tamataro's prints. Fingerprint analysis has revealed that the prints belong to... Phineas Filch.
Objection!
Wait, what? What? Then Mr. LaBelle wasn't the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
Objection!
Why, you tricksy little Tanuki. Explain yourself now. Sure. The then prints are mine. I mean, I did pill for that handkerchief from Mr. LaBelle after all. So you're the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber? So what if I did? Got a problem with it? Yikes! You fool of a Tanuki. Yeah, seriously, I'm actually like with Blackwell on this. Order! Mr. Giles just care to explain what this could mean. Excellent question. The fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber... Wait a second. Does this mean that Tenmataro holding that staff was Phineas Filch? Yikes! Let the cat out of the bag! But Mr. Filch is Tenmataro! What? Don't tell me they teamed up. I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the real killer? The witness will explain himself this instant. Begging your pardon, your honorship, but I was just doing what the alderman told me to. You wanted me to pretend Notaro in the village exorcism ritual? Oh, you mean the event at the Nine Tails Veil Festival. So it was you inside the Temataro costume. Yep, and after the event, I went to watch that pro wrestling program. But it bored me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jobs. So we didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match. So when I looked at the Temataro costume and got a great idea. Nobody can tell me it's me if I'm wearing it. Because of them superstitions, no matter what I do, the villagers won't say a word. In other words, you use the superstitions to effectively render yourself invisible. Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place? Because of all the treasure there. Thought that was my big chance to sneak on in and nab it. Treasure? Yeah, we recalled this from yesterday. He went in there not knowing his grandfather had already pilfered it. Guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from grandpappy to grandson. Wait, how exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? There was a meeting in the Fox Chamber that day. Plus, the mayor swallowed the only key that could open the Forbidden Chamber's door. Couldn't have possibly gotten in. I could go through the air vent in the foyer. The vents left all the alderman's picture. I went down in and made a nice little hole. Used it to get into the air duct that leads to the Forbidden Chamber, I did. You what? But how's that even possible? Wait a sec. Remember that air vent in the Forbidden Chamber? So Mr. Filch found a way to get into that air duct. And that's how he got from the foyer vent to the Forbidden Chamber vent? So Tamataro was nothing more than a cat burglar. Or rather, a Tanuki burglar. And we're back to being without anyone in charge for all Alderman's murder. Looks like our so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker. Tell me, Mr. Filch, what did you do after fleeing to the foyer? I got out of that costume right quick. Would have just caused trouble at that point. And where is that costume now? Heck if I know. And it ain't my fault if you never find it. The police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in that manor. What if it was tossed outside the manor? Ah! The window. No, wait. But maybe, just maybe. The defense seems to have hit an idea. Well, go on, Mr. Justice. Okay, well, here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of the costume here?
Take that!
you toss it out the window. Because that would certainly explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor. Hey, you think I tossed it out the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny. So why would I go do something like that? I can think of a few reasons. Any great ideas, Apollo? Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window. And the next question would be, what happened to it after that? And if I'm right, I might have just the thing to prove what happened to the costume. Phineas Filch, I have just the evidence for you. You do? This evidence proves you got rid of your Tamataro costume through the window. I'm gonna do this. Wait, no, but what if it's this? Fuck. I'm gonna present this first.
Take that!
Andrews, how does that prove you got rid of? Ah, damn it. It doesn't, does it? No, it does not. Is it the newspaper? It's this.
Take that!
Ah, that's Tamataro flying through the sky. And just how does that prove Mr. Filch threw his costume out the window? It's quite simple. Oh my god. It's not Tamataro in the photo. It's the costume Mr. Filch threw out. Oh, that's crazy talk. You ain't serious, are ya? There's a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning the manor is pretty high up. Costume flew through the air after it was tossed out. That's when the photo was taken. In other words, the photo of Tamataro really was a flight of whatever. What? Yikes. Oh my. So there really never was a yokai. Oh, I can't keep any of them cats bag. Can I still file a claim for the lost costume? It's more than proves the defense's position. Jinx Tema had nothing to do with the staging of the yokai setting. Care to raise any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell? None whatsoever. I'll deal with that Trixie Tanuki after I've dealt with this case. We did it. No, we didn't. Good going. Now all we have to do is make Florent LaBelle take the stand.
Objection!
And there that goes. Sheathing the sword a bit early, are we not? Huh? Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take this tricksy little Tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber? Probably the same way he got in? Through the chamber's air vent? And what are the feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime? It would suggest that the Tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection!
Well, the Forbidden Chamber door doesn't open from the inside, so what you're saying makes no sense. Right? Someone on the outside opened the door for you, isn't that right? Yep, that's right, Mr. Blackjack. The door suddenly sprang right open.
Hold it!
Sprung right open. Wait, who was on the other side? Didn't get a good look on account of the sudden glare. Well, I got the reflection from my head blind's fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark. That's when I snatched that staff and made my daring escape. And then that little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall. That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't open until after the crime was discovered. But wait. Still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox Chamber.
Objection!
Well, you little Tanuki. When the Forbidden Chamber opened, did you see the accused person? Did you see the accused passed out there? Nope. Only there was the alderman, and he was dead as a door. If the accused wasn't there, what do you suppose he was up to? Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. Ah, don't tell me. Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused Damien Tenma. Ah.
Hold it!
Wait a second. There had to be somebody else there besides Mayor Tenma there.
Really? And who might that be?
Oh, well, that would be...
Objection!
Oh. It seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence.
I didn't forget. I was just testing your attention to details.
Miss Kikes, you can't prove your point without proof of some sort. It's proven fact.
Sorry. Guess I put my foot in my mouth again. If only we had a jury system.
No, Athena, we're definitely onto something here.
We are? Think about it. If Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water.
The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand.
Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. And by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up.
Ah, not that insufferable. Oh, very well. Court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up?
Bro, I agree. This guy sucks.
Take that!
Why, that's the defendant's aide, Fleur LaBelle. Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime?
True, but in his alibi, he also claimed Mr. Filch was in the foyer too. However, as we all know now, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. LaBelle at that time. In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared. Ah! Fleur LaBelle's alibi was one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch?
I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here neither.
It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking into the Forbidden Chamber. And in return, he said we'd vouch for each other's alibi.
Well, shame on you, Mr. Filch. Perjury is a serious crime, you know. Oh, shucks. Mercy, your honorship, mercy. Ah!
I also assert that the person who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Fleur LaBelle. After all, his alibi has just been proven to be a complete fabrication.
I see. We will take a 20-minute recess. After which time we will see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself.
Yes! We're finally gonna drive that slippery snake onto the stand.
In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. LaBelle about these new allegations.
April 19th, 10:25 a.m. District Court, Defendant, Lobby, number 3. We did it, Apollo. We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court. Yeah. Hey, why the long face? Can't help but feel I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackwell's bound to mount a counterattack. You really are a worrywart, aren't you? It'll be fine. A mystery figure who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch. Hey, Dad, been Fleur LaBelle.
I know, but that's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though.
At any rate, the next big down, yep. Okay, thanks. April 19th, 11 a.m. District Court. Courtroom, number 4. And he's here.
Court is back in session. Our next witness is...
Yes, I'm acting on behalf of the mayor in this very important matter.
It seems our witness is predisposed at the moment.
Ha 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 ha! Surely you jest. I will hold you up to your promise. Remember that. Oh, my deepest apologies. This is Fleur LaBelle, personal aide to Mayor Tenma. Or should I say, the accused.
Ouch. Like the poor mayor hasn't suffered enough.
Well, what business do you have with me? I'm a very busy man, so let's make this as brief as possible.
Your baldness. Alright, ahem. Mr. Filch's testimony has revealed a hole in your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection with the case at hand.
To think I'd be associated with this entirely lurid affair. Well, I'm not, so may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to.
Objection!
I don't think so, Mr. LaBelle. Do you realize what a serious crime you committed?
Witness, you are being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air.
Fine. The truth is I faked my alibi for a very good reason. The mayor was obviously the killer, so I created a fake alibi to confuse the matter.
You see, as his personal aide, I felt I had to protect him. Sorry. Ah ha 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 ha. Think this is funny? I thought your alibi, you're a suspect too. What were you really doing at the time of the crime? Peasant. How dare you accuse me of the beautiful... One of the beautiful people of being... Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime.
Silence.
Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past. Swords? What swords? This is a duel to the death. The fate of the accused rests in our hands. Begone, ye of cowardly heart. The battlefield hath no place for ye. Again? Oh my. Spare me, please! And his chains are broken again. Because why not? So much for sturdier shackles. Ah! Those chains hindered my vow that heads would rule this day. This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning. Will the witness please deliver the accused death signal? You know of what I speak. Ha 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 ha! Most certainly. His goose is already cooked. It's time to stick a fork in him. Whatever he has to say can't be good. As I told Prosecutor Blackwell during the recess, I rushed right over to the Fox chamber when I heard little Jinxie scream. What? Then, drumroll please, I saw Mayor Temple opening the forbidden chamber doors. But, there you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door, as witnessed by one Phineas Filch. It was the accused. There was never any third party. Oh, and that's not all. There's something quite startling here, there at the scene of the crime. Startling sounds bad. The mayor, who was barely conscious, muttering this. Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed the alderman. That's right, the mayor actually confessed to the murder right then and there. Hey, he confessed. But that doesn't make sense. Order! Order in the court! This is quite conclusive testimony if it stands. Just so, and quite astonishing, I might add. I only learned of this fact during the recess. Ha 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 ha! I just love surprises, don't you? That's why I saved the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you. No way. I don't believe Mr. LaBelle heard the mayor confess. But is this really true? Did Mayor Tenma really confess? It is indeed. During that last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter. It would seem Mayor Tenma actually did confess. That testimony is quite favorable in the prosecution's. This is LaBelle, as I called earlier about the party reservations. That's right, and I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tenma's conviction gala. A splendid time is guaranteed for all but the mayor and his defense. Ha 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 ha. Well, as it seems our witness is a very busy man. Let's get straight to his testimony. Mr. LaBelle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime. What LaBelle saw? I was in the hallway hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession. But learning of the father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me. Huh? Immediately after that, the mayor came to, stood up and opened the forbidden chamber. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from the prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end. What? I must say, this is a shocking revelation. Quite unexpected. To think the defendant really actually confessed, then and there to his crime. Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear, so he confided in his daughter. You do realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court? Ha 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 ha. Once again, sorry. It's just I feared being accused if I meant coming upon my most unpleasant scene. Ugh, why did the mayor's confession have to be brought by this guy? Better do something before the judge declares the mayor guilty. As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by. There is a time to fight, and a time to yield. A time to live, and a time to die. He's laying it on real thick now. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Alright, finally, buddy. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna stab you in the dick. What LaBelle saw. I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession.
Hold it!
You clearly were confessing time. Are you sure about that? Peasant, you wouldn't dare ask such a question if you truly understood. True beauty is never wrong. It's not. No, beauty is carved deep in the DNA. That means I'm programmed to always be right even when I'm wrong. I'm not following. These exquisite ears like flowers abloom. These eyes that shine like pearls. This hair like the finest silk. Nothing can corrupt the truth they hold. Right. Witness will hurry up and explain the truth of his. Specifically, what did Jinxie Tenma do upon hearing the confession?
Hold it!
Oh, the poor little thing seemed positively heartbroken, all teary-eyed and whatnot. I couldn't help but shed a few tears myself after seeing her like that. He actually sympathized with Jinxie. Seems like an overly humane emotion for him. Yeah, because he's the only real monster we've seen so far, in looks and in character. And the next thing I did was check my face in the mirror. Checked your face? Why? To behold the beauty that is my sadness, why else? Apollo, I'm starting to lose all faith in humanity. I know the feeling, but hang in there. At least keep faith in our client. Let's keep us moving, shall we? So, what happened next? Immediately after that, the mayor came to, stood up and opened for me.
Hold it!
He opened the forbidden chamber. Well, why would he do that? Who knows? Maybe he wanted to free the demon Tenmataro.
Objection!
Courtroom is no place for fairy tales. Remember, you are under oath. Hello, LaBelle speaking. Yes, I will certainly explore the matter. Toodles. Now, where were we again? You were going to tell us the real reason why the mayor opened the forbidden chamber. Oh yes, of course. Hello, this is LaBelle. Ah, good one, sir. You are an absolute right. Okay, bye. You were saying? Never mind. This is a waste of time. Just gonna tell more lies. The witness will focus on his testimony, not his phone calls. Now tell the court what you did after you saw the mayor open the forbidden chamber. Well, after that. Okay, so nothing important yet.
Hold it!
What was Mr. Filch like at this time?
He was shouting, I can't see him, I can't see him. It's the curse of Tenmataro. Then he took off running like a madman.
He must have been blinded by the sudden light flooding in.
Wrong.
What?
He set eyes upon me, and that was thus blinded by my radiant beauty.
So it was the curse of Florent LaBelle rather than Tenmataro?
Yes, I'm afraid such beauty can be a curse. It's almost criminal. The only thing criminal here is your ceaseless jabbering. Now get on with your testimony. Oh, forgive me your darkness. Let's see. Oh yes, I fled for dear life from Tenmataro and...
Hold it!
So after you fled into the hallway with the phone at the end, Tenmataro ran off towards the foyer?
Precisely.
Notice any inconsistencies, Apollo? Well, Jinxie also saw Tenmataro, right? She did. She said they passed each other in the hall after she made that call to the police. Well, if LaBelle had fled down the hall where the phone is, Jinxie would have seen him where she was returning from making her call. Exactly. Oh, right. And if she saw him, she would have definitely asked him for help. Right. It just doesn't make any sense. Look at the evidence. Don't find some other way to poke a hole in his testimony. Here's someone's as good as guilty. This is bad, very bad. I need to find an inconsistency, a mistake, some kind of conflict. It's all over. Yeah, that's what I thought too, though. Didn't she go in that hallway?
Objection!
I forgot I had this. Flirt rebel. Oh, you're lying about having witnessed these events from the hallway. Oh, ha, 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 ha. What on earth do you mean?
Yeah, scared off Phil and the rest of us, Mr. Justice. Mr. LaBelle had really fled down into the hall with a phone in it. He would have crossed paths with Miss Tenma.
What's this?
After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. Then after making a call, she went back to the main hallway. Whereupon she encountered the demon yokai, or whatever you want to call it. As for me, I call it finished fish in a Tenma. Oh, okay. The encounter happened right there where the hallways meet. As for Mr. LaBelle, if he had fled there, feigning escape from the yokai and prisoner. Foster. Why, yes, the two would have crossed paths. Right, except Miss Tenma told us that there was no one else in the hall. In short, Miss Tenma did not see you there in the hall because you never really were there. Oh, my eyes, my beautiful eyes. Huh, that's such a fabulous sentence now, is it? But, Mr. Justice, the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess. If he was lying about hearing the confession from the hall, then where was he when he heard it? Inside the Fox chamber, where else? But isn't that within the very crime scene? It is, Your Honor. And that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's a third party I've been alleging this whole time. What? You think I'm the killer? How dare you?
Silence!
Foolish fop. A true man knows when he is beaten. A shield of lies comes to naught before a foe with a sword of truth bared. But Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you? I thought we were on the same side. You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my cold, steely edge of judgment. You are alone upon this battlefield, with naught but your lies and sickly sweet perfume. Whoa, what just happened? Blackwell's really tearing into him. You heard the mayor confession from the inside, did you not, you deviant dandy? For the sole location from which you could have seen and heard the mayor and the Tanuki. Without either of them noticing, you were right there in the Fox chamber.
Oh my. So that's how it's going to be. Fine, I'll come clean then.
Seriously? You admit to being there in the Fox chamber?
I do. I did enter the room after the murder. But I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it. I feel terrible about lying like that, but it's a verbal cologne I use to protect myself.
You better explain yourself, Mr. LaBelle.
Yes, of course. I was just about to get to that.
The witness is skating on thin ice. I'll remind you that that perjury is a very serious crime. Now let's hear your testimony again, this time without your perfume of lies.
Perjury. In the Fox chamber. I did enter the Fox chamber after the murder. But I didn't enter until after Jinxie had heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen there. What I saw there upon close, it was absolutely horrifying. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen.
What? From behind the screen? Why, yes, I believe you wouldn't be spotted if you were there. Just so he could see everything without being spotted by the victim or that Tanuki fish. Suffice to say, he was a mere witness to the events rather than an actual third party. This guy's as slippery as an eel. Apollo, I think he's telling the truth. Well, he was in the Fox chamber, so at least that much must be true. But events may cross-examine our slightly voyeuristic witness. I don't like you. Could you describe the crime scene in a bit more detail? And what exactly would you like details about? Well, what I'd like to ask you about is... Could you please describe the Forbidden Chamber at the time? It was shut tight until the mayor opened it. He was really trying to stress that it was the mayor who opened the Forbidden Chamber. That big liar. He opened it himself. Oh, it looks could kill. The belt would be toast. Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of an importance? Is it important? I'm gonna say very important. I have a feeling it is. Let's add it to the testimony just in case.
Hold it!
Talking about the mayor opening the Forbidden Chamber, aren't you? In a sense, yes. It could be seen as a lie. Wait, so... you admit it? In this world riddled with deceit, my beauty is the only self-evident truth. That is to say, all except me is but fiction and lies. From the killer. The nerve of this guy. His testimony is riddled with lies. Looks like I won't be getting anything useful out of this statement. Okay.
Hold it!
The feathers and tracks. What do you remember about the yokai feathers and tracks? It resulted when Tenbataro exited the Forbidden Chamber. He came out in quite a rush, scattering feathers this way and that. Did you immediately know it was Mr. Filch? I did, and that's why I suggested we cook up our alibis together. And how did those practice sessions go? They were nearly the death of me. Filch has to be the worst student ever. He really doesn't think he's done anything wrong, does he? Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of any importance? Is it important? I'm gonna say very. Yes, I believe it is, Your Honor. Requested to be added to the testimony. The yokai feathers and tracks weren't there before the Fox Chamber was opened.
Hold it!
They were left there by Mr. Filch, weren't they? They were indeed, and it was quite a shock when I saw that yokai. I can't imagine how terrifying it must have been to see his face emerge from the darkness. Okay, so he's not even reality TV grade handsome. Can we move on now? Although, you think that statement's important? I don't think there's anything particularly unusual there, so let's keep going. Good.
Hold it!
Describe the state of the weapons that had been used at the scene. The spear had been thrust all the way through Alderman Cubey, and there was that statue the Alderman used to wield the spear. Yep, incredibly inspired symbol had fallen on the floor. Alright, the statue. Well, why would he find it inspiring? Why exactly did you find this? Oh, wait a minute. Ha 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 ha. Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the merger had realized it was like a celebration of union between town and village, an inspiring symbol of goodwill. I know it. I know it. Very. I believe that to be extremely important. I requested to be added to testimony. Because it is. A statue had fallen to the floor as a token of goodwill.
Objection!
Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle. What possibly could you mean? You said the statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct? It is indeed, but what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill. As if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Something the matter? So, how did you really know that the statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again? What? Justice Dono, explain yourself, and make it quick. The statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret. A secret? Whatever do you mean? What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma on the head. Well, its left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out. Ip! The statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. For Miss Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it was once looked like. So, Mr. Lavelle, where could you have possibly seen the statue in its original form? Poof! What do you mean, where? The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form. Right there in that room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken. How dare you! Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness of some sort of crime? Yes. Yes, I am. Florent Labelle, I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex QB. Ah! Order! Order! Mr. LaBelle, you have been accused of murder. Do you have anything to say in your defense? How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty? Way to go, Apollo. This is the conclusive evidence we needed. Magnifico. We've got you now. We know you killed the alderman. Now admit it.
Silence.
Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer.
Objection!
What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust. And I just proved that he was in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Silence.
Why could he have not seen the statue? Why could he not see the statue in its true form before? After all, he was close friends with the alderman. Ergo. Yes, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman QB told me about it. About what the statue actually looked like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine. Ha 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 ha.
Objection!
Yeah, right. He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence.
However, it has already been proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime. It has. Forgotten, have we? Recall the little scamp statement, if you will. When Jinxie Tenma unlocked the Fox chamber, she saw the alderman and the mayor collapsed there, and no one else. Oh, dang it. The fact is, it was you two who had made that apparent in yesterday's court session. Thus, Florent Labelle could have possibly been in that locked room. No! Ah! But, like, what? Just don't get it. How could Jinxie not have seen LaBelle? The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. Am I not right, your baldness? It does seem awfully conclusive. Facts point to the defendant and the victim being the only people in that locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection! Silence.
You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in this charade is over, Justice Dono. But... Your baldness. This trial would last an eternity if we were ever to keep crossing blades with these simpletons. It is high time you brought down the hammer of justice. Well made. I believe it's time for to declare a verdict. This court finds the defendant Damien Tenma. Is it Phoenix? Oh. Caw. It would seem that my time is at hand. Mayor Tenma. Counselor, there is a matter of which I must testify. Or call it now only for your good graces. Counselor. Oh, right. He must mean me. Has he finally remembered what happened before that blow to his head? Bailiff, don't just stand there. Seize him. It's so good. I can't restrain him. Caw, don't be in despair. For I am Tenmataro, demon lord of the yokai. Mr. Justice, do something. Since when am I responsible for court security? Oh, this is our chance. We might get some new information out of him. Your Honor, seeing as our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands that we hear him out, even if he is a yokai. When you put it that way. Still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world. Unprecedented is more like it. All right now, Mr. Damien Tenma, or should I say Mr. Tenmataro? Your testimony, please. I shall now speak of recollection, both real, courtesy of my host Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortals, for them you once shall. You are the ruler of demon kind. Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. On one side, Aitan Matara, ruler of it, and on the other, my royal enemy, the nine-tailed fox. Yeah, bro, I'm like... So is the defendant asserting that the room he was in is very dark at the time? Treaches me beast. Indeed, all was in darkness. And the part about Tenmataro and the nine-tailed fox being there? Yes, that too. Tenmataro towered overhead and the nine-tailed fox glittered gold. I call animal abuse, Your Honor. It would seem the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted. Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half dreamt that happening lingers in his mind. Apollo, maybe I can help here. Really? Oh, you mean... Yes, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. Discord! I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event. Okay, I just hope our findings don't come back to haunt us again. Then I conscious was Damien there, with the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. One side I, Tenmataro, ruler of demon kind. On the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox.
Got it!
The fuck were you happy? When the nine-tailed fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well. Joy? Perhaps it was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. A long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light. On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal racket. A creaking door. Oh, you must be talking about the Forbidden Chamber door. It does make a lot of noise. Oh, shit. So this means the Forbidden Chamber really was opened. But what about the sudden light he described? I think I know. He mentioned darkness and Tenmataro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox Chamber at the time of the crime. What? Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here? I don't... It can't be the air duct, right? The Forbidden Chamber. Was it not the Fox Chamber where the murder did occur? Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's door opening. And the towering Tenmataro you saw? Most likely the Forbidden Chamber statue. Why, yes, that would explain it. Huh? The darkness is half of the demon's grasp. What? But even if all that's true, then what about the nine-tailed fox? Maybe he was seeing things? Just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai? Fantastico, Apollo. It's entirely possible. In a groggy, dreamlike state, people can misremember things and events. Misremember, you say? Let me think. Ah, I do believe I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was... the amazing nine tails.
What?
The amazing nine tails. At first, this is but a dream, I thought. Now, however, most clearly do I recall it. It was the amazing nine tails who did open the Forbidden Chamber's door. I'm sorry I asked. The Amazing Ninetales, but that was the victim, Alderman QB, right? Yeah, why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed? Never mind that. This is completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update. Barely conscious was Damien there in the Forbidden Chamber. Info update. In the darkness, a mighty statue of Temotaro loomed overhead. Suddenly, the door did open, and a shaft of light did pierce the gloom.
Got it!
The unexpected emotion is right here. Really? You sure about that? Yeah, can't you see it? If you look really hard. Is it the sadness? Where's the emo? I did make an effort.
Got it!
There we go. When the Amazing Ninetales opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy, but didn't you also feel shock and sadness? Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the Fiend's Cape of Red. For when I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicably wash over me. A cape of red? Apollo, you've reduced the noise level. Oh, but there's still a little left. Mere Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the red cape? Why indeed? What could this mean? Guess his memory is still a little spotty. I know because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence. Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face. Something this obvious could arise when someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definitive shape. Apollo, I know what you have to do. You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see. Oh, so it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process. Okay, time to review the evidence. Look out, contradiction, here comes justice. I take it it's this, because he didn't have a red cape.
Objection!
He said the Amazing Ninetales cape was red. Are you sure about that? Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but... Mayor Tenma. Does this cape look red to you? Oh, that certainly does not look red. Not even scarlet or crimson either. Nevertheless, upon my deliberation, something red did fill my as yet hazy vision. And I thought to myself, the Amazing Ninetales is arrayed in the cape of red. So you mistook that red something for this cape, huh? For his cape, huh? Apparently so. And remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me. So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory. Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there? That would have been that shocking. I know. Could it have been... Sir Mayor, is the red thing you saw this? The chair? The blood?
Take that!
Which world do you walk me? Whoa, sorry. Afraid I have no recollection of seeing such an item. You must use his practice leaping for look. Okay, hold on. Could produce sadness. Blood?
Take that!
Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, this is what you saw? Was the alderman's blood? Blood? Why, yes. It was blood. Okay. It's all coming back to me now. It wasn't the red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the amazing Nine Tails. Oh. Snake. Oh, okay. We did it! Yay! Bye-bye. His noise level is down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now. Does this mean the Amazing Ninetales killed Alderman QB? But the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work? Hey, I asked you first. Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. True, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence!
Boy, don't you think this is strange? Little Scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber. But she said not about seeing the Amazing Ninetales there. Just had to bring that up, didn't you? Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. So weird. Who really was in that room then? Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's? I say yes, I can. Yes, of course, I can explain it. Because if I don't, we're in serious trouble. Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dono. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this. Heap. What about a good-fashioned, old-fashioned penalty? Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders. First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber while it was locked. Just now the Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there in the scene, why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? Very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us? Sadly, you would be supposing wrong. You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor? Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Well, how would that explanation, Mr. Justice? Wait time for questions is over. Friends asserts that Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has in fact misremembered the event, what could have made her... Oh, fuck. I'm gonna say this. The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. Was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence!
That is a complete impossibility. Your faces are utterly unlike. How could you explain that away with mere disguise? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinct faces. Maybe the disguise completely hid his face? I think Jinxie would have mentioned if she couldn't see her father's face, damn it. And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it? Oh, right. Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Dono. So I show you what she was truly sharp lady is capable of. I think I'll pass. Did he kill me? You okay, Apollo? I'm not fine, am I? Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way. Your baldness, your verdict, if you will. Wait, what? Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments. What's even left for me to do? Apollo, remember what Mr. Wright always says. You're stuck in a tight spot. Turn the case upside down. Turn the case upside down? He does say that, doesn't he? But I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, let's give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. Rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise. Maybe it was she couldn't talk about it. Monster's mask is more precious than his own life. He'll never unmask himself in front of others. There are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. Having your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler can suffer. I was right. But what about the fact that it was the Amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others. Can these facts turn things around? We got it all backwards. Apollo? I think we might have made a huge mistake. Your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did and they never will. Then it seems I must announce my verdict.
Objection!
I do have proof. Do you now? Alright, well, this better be good, Mr. Justice. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why did Jinxie Tenma mistake Mr. LaBelle for her father? Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place? These riddles are inextricably linked to Mayor Tenma's... Yep, okay. Shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of the case upside down. This evidence clearly reveals Major Tenma's secret identity. God. Oh, an absolute claptrap. Poppycock. Balderdash. We thought the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales and that the mayor was Tenma Taro. So I believe the mayor killed the Alderman in his lust for Ninetales Vale. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, we got the whole thing backwards. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenma Taro at all. He was the Amazing Ninetales. Whoa, what's this? You best explain yourself, Justice Dono. And from where you derived such a far-fetched conclusion. Jinxie no doubt knew the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales. But she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the Amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really
Silence!
LaBelle in the mask. Accusing Danny or utterly dismissal of physical build and voice. Little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection!
Remember, Mr. LaBelle had his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence!
Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection!
A masked wrestler disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him. Gah. What? This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room. Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already. First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and alderman were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of a sedative. Once the alderman was out cold, so Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber. Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, completed the disguise by donating the Ninetales Fox, or whatever. His entire trading place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. A scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the Fox Chamber. Ah, so then... the person who said I killed Autumn QB was... Yep, that was a Flora LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence!
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection!
No, you twisted samurai. It's time you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case. Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the Forbidden Chamber. so he could drag the mayor back out into the Fox chamber. Oh, so the amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was... Right, was the LaBelle opening the front chamber. Second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber. He happened to catch thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch and his 10 retarded guys ran as fast as he could away from the room. As he did, he left behind a trail of feathers and tracks. And gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. No one left to witness the events that had occurred. Mr. LaBelle then proceeds to drag the sleeping mayor back into the Fox chamber.
I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense.
Then, after dragging the mayor back into the Fox chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence.
For this absurd theory to work, it requires the defendant be the amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the amazing Ninetales is preposterous. The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced suppression. That's why he created a secret identity as the amazing Ninetales. Duh. This is madness. No one could possibly have such an insane plot. No one except a killer as insane as his plot, and I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies. Foolish mortal, it is at your own peril that you forget who I am. But Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle's were arrested. You are the amazing Ninetales, aren't you? Aye. Is it Jinxie? Nope. Ha 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 ha! You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the amazing Ninetales.
Objection!
What do you mean? Well, has the mayor admitted it to it yet? But that's just... And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now. What? Why you would dare reveal the secret? Ha 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 ha! My good friend the Alderman told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstitions now, would it? The truth behind Tenmataro. What's he talking about? So go ahead, say it, say it. I am the amazing Ninetales, I dare you. Arrgh.
Objection!
Wait. Will somebody please explain what's going on here? Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenmataro a secret. A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions. And if the mayor admits to being the amazing Ninetales, you expose the truth. Right, I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up. So what now, Justice Dodo? That the mayor's admission your theory is as useless as you are in battle. I'll show you who's useless. Apollo, don't you dare give up now. I know. Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements warrant a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case.
You do have a point there. Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the amazing Ninetales or not?
Bro, I thought I had this case. Amazing Ninetales' true identity. Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I'll expose the truth behind Tenmataro's right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure.
Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here.
Ah ha 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 ha. And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman QB was the amazing Ninetales, anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular. There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere. I don't even know where to start. Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself. But if he admits it, LaBelle's going to expose the secret behind Tenmataro. We're so close, I know it.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Bro. Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma.
Hold it!
Okay, so it only makes sense if the mayor is Amazing Ninetales. I know you use his mask to create the illusion of a locked room murder.
Silence.
Nothing more than idle speculation. You've no evidence now, have you?
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle knows what the statue originally looked like. It means he had to be in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight. Sorry, but I heard about the statue from Alderman QB. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Oh, but what's that? The Alderman's dead. Looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend. Apollo, you mind if I wring his neck? Wait in line, because I'm going first. Temper, temper, anyway. Mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense.
Hold it!
The only nonsense here in this court is you and your assertions. Tisk tisk, such anger is terrible for the skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart. Excuse me? Oof, I wouldn't expect a wilted peasant like you to understand. Perhaps this fragrance will help the blossom within you bloom. Ah. Ha 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 ha. You liked that, didn't you? Enough jabbering about blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of cut flowers. Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of your wilted attorney here was utter nonsense. But if you did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now.
Hold it!
You'd be arrested, wouldn't you? Yes, it's true. I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice despite my innocence. But what a terrible loss that would be for the future of humankind's cosmetic needs. It is a tragedy that must be averted. Defend me if you understand this.
Silence.
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your ceaseless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you and that vexing visage of yours then. Yes, I know. Get on with my testimony. Anyhow, suffice to say. Should the mayor admit to his defense's nonsense, I will make good on my threat hand.
Hold it!
And just how did you learn of this so-called truth behind Tenmataro? Alderman Kyubi told me all about it. The secret of the Forbidden Chamber and the truth behind Tenmataro. Why would you share secrets like that with you, Mr. LaBelle? Because of the Alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. He appreciated it so much, he shared the secrets with me. Wait, did he threaten the Alderman in addition to the mayor? Don't tell me that's how he learned how to open the Forbidden Chamber. Needless to say, I'm not above revealing the truth behind Tenmataro. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say.
Hold it!
Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say? Exactly. Telling others what Tenmataro looks like will reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place. And a ruin come to the village if you free him. Is that a warning not to expose the truth? Ha 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 ha. Bingo! And that truth is Tenmataro is a great, greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole battle over Ninetales Vale is all about. Tenmataro is a great fortune. Come to think of it. Hell, that's the greatest get-rich-quick scheme in the universe. Grandpapa told me all about it. Said there's amazing treasure in there. Tenmataro will actually be... Telling the villagers Tenmataro is a terrifying yokai. It's what scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure's been kept secret all this time. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Well, well, well. It seems our ace attorney here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do. Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenmataro exists. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Tenmataro exists, huh? It doesn't, though. Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony.
Objection!
It doesn't. So, LaBelle, what if Tenmataro no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Tenmataro no longer existed? Ha 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 ha! What on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Tenmataro no longer exists. But I guess you didn't get to do a thorough search after he was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there. Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place. Sorry, but I have proof that Tenmataro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. What do we have here? It looks like some sort of creature. We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at the scene of his crimes. Are you suggesting that Tenmataro has been stolen? Yep. Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit. And by that hideous, moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less. You! I know! My beautiful golden Tenmataro was. The greed inspired by Tenmataro can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma? The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. In fact, I now recall that Alderman revealing a secret to me on that day of our meeting. He must have been speaking of Tenmataro, for he said to me the gold ingot was gone. The gold ingot? You mean the treasure that is Tenmataro's true form? Recall, if you will, the scroll in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenmataro was the yellowish object shown there. A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetales Vale. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Ninetales Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed to the great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became as a curse upon their village, a curse of ruin. Thus it was that the yokai Tenmataro came to be. So, Tenmataro and the village superstitions were merely a fairy tale to scare people away. Fairy tale or not, Tenmataro made quite the mess of things. Yes, indeed, for there was no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold. Well, you know what they say. The love of money is the root of all evil. My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetales Vale, a thing so terrible that Tenmataro, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Tenma would never seek to take over Ninetales Vale in a merger. Oh my! That's quite a shocking lesson in history. Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenmataro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetales, are you? No, don't do it! Please, no! Begone, you demented demon. Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetales, is indeed me. And that means Jinxie. Yes. The man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapse in the Fox Chamber. Is he wearing the amazing Ninetales mask? Uh-huh. That's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal a secret identity to Alderman QB that day, so... So it really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it? It was Florence's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the Alderman. Yeesh. Rube Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups than LaBelle's scheme. You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster deception is through. Caw-caw, caw-caw, caw-caw. The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman QB, but Florent LaBelle did. How dare you, peasant! Oh,
Silence!
bro. Justice Dono, you should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross swords with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground? What does this guy want now? Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it were butter. But you have only blind guesses, a dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake. Yes, you're there, Mr. Justice. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law. But... They're right. Let's see some evidence. Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind. Ha 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 ha. This is the final battle. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword. You will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now present your conclusive evidence, or don't you have any? Oh, crud. Do I have anything conclusive? I don't know. Of course I do. Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. You do? Of course. Just the conclusive evidence we need too. I'm going to finally prove Mayor Tenma innocent. Here comes justice. What? Let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we all thought the alderman was killed because he was the amazing Ninetales. But as we know now, of course, we were way off. The amazing Ninetales was really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why, when his daughter Jinxie saw the amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts as we have revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence at the scene of the crime. But he didn't say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Say this. Who inside the mask? Oh, I know, the amazing Ninetales mask. He was found washed along the river. Sort of clued as his mask hold. I want to say the white hair. And the mask. What about the hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? Wait, is it Rick's? And the mask belonged to the alderman. So sure they need the amazing Ninetales as the alderman? No, of course it isn't. What am I thinking? I'm wearing the mask of the crime scene. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, duh. Yeah, because he painted it. I was right. I kind of like this, though. Alright, the hair is Florette LaBelle's. Yes, now that's what I call conclusive evidence. That was kind of cool. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court? Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will. The mask? How is that conclusive evidence? It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex Cuby. Yes, but the amazing Ninetales, as we now know, is Mayor Tenma, so... That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that is the last person I've warned it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florette LaBelle. What are you talking about? I never had a hideous white hair like that.
Silence!
It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white-haired type. Because he's busy being one lucrative...
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Blackquill. It's you who has made a fatal error. Or what? Remember where this mask was found? Washed up on the side of a river. Keep that in mind. Suspicious evidence will solve all the remaining.
Take that!
That's... What's that? This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. The court will also recall that the amazing Ninetales mask washed up along the side of the river, the white hair inside it. What's this? Are you saying that Greening Purecock's hair color is? That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction.
But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have a real-life exposer. Oh. The weight and hair on this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer. A DNA test is all we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Admit it.
Florent LaBelle, you were the one who killed our Lumina Rex QB. You peasant, how dare you! The profane of the video like this, exterminating like a development. No, my makeup.
That's a lot of cologne.
Hello, this is LaBelle. What? The project is off. This is LaBelle. The sponsorships have pulled out. LaBelle speaking. I'm fired? You mean I'm no longer Mayor Tenma's aide? Hello, this is LaBelle. What? There's a stratospheric damage claim against me? $100 million. I'm finished, washed up. Stick a fork in me. I'm done.
This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackwell, defeated. Order in the court!
Finally.
Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head, just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright.
Wait, that was a compliment, right?
Prosecutor Blackwell, what have you done with Florent LaBelle?
The defaced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler.
Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off?
Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tenmataro. However, few are allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to Ninetales Vale. The Vale set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Ninetales saw those plans come to a halt. And thus LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma.
I see, but what I still can't comprehend is why would he go after the gold in the first place? Mr. LaBelle doesn't look like someone who is in need of financial aid.
LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with the makeup. He's mirrored in debt. Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love. Which is why he sought the gold with such voracity.
Too bad for him, someone else had gotten it first. I see. Very well then. Oh no! I believe it's time I declare a verdict. This court finds the defendant Damien Tenma
not guilty! Yeah! Woohoo! Finally!
Court is adjourned.
Finally! Case closed.
April 19th, 1:23 p.m. District Court.
Defendant, lobby, number 3. That was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. Just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tenmataro from Ninetales Vale, like you said you were some kind of exorcist.
There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Tenma too? Could have set it up so the mayor murdered Alderman, then died from a counterattack. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment. I was wondering about that too. But I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He's planning on exposing the amazing Ninetales Shore identity himself. Huh? But why?
because the mayor was the Amazing Ninetales. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, I get it. The Amazing Ninetales was just killed. He'd die a hero, but if he was proved a villain, his fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right, then when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure. What an insanely intricate plot. Caw-caw, caw-caw. A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval. Why are you acting like Tenmataro again? Let this be of no concern to you. Would this not concern me? Tenmataro, be gone! Gah. Gah. Jinxie. Seems like ages since I've laid eyes on you. Papa, you're finally back. Yes, it would seem Tenmataro is no match for you. Ha 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 ha. I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore. Father's a free man now, Jinxie. Isn't that great? Thank you for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore. Wait, is Jinxie actually smiling? This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the Amazing Ninetales will have to retire, though. Aww. How come? Once everyone hears I'm the Amazing Ninetales, my fanbase will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people. Another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how it could possibly continue. Hee. I think you misjudged yourself. Take a look outside. Say, now that you mention it, what's all that noise out there? A big crowd gathering outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Tenma, Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask. And to root for your return to the wrestling ring. Rooting for me? But I thought it was nothing more than a male factor in their eyes. The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are. Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the ring, Papa. Jinxie. Here, I think you'll be needing this.
Take that!
Thank you. Now if you would excuse me. I don't want to keep my fans waiting. And then he dies.
Ninetales Vale forever!
I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tenma and Ninetales Vale. Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailer / killers behind bars and the merger is no longer an issue. Plus, the Amazing Ninetales is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetales Vale will be too. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said. Okay, people. Now that we got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving. Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday. Better keep eating, Apollo, or you might have to start looking at me. Up at me. Huh? I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time. Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll grow is sideways. Oh, very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without getting any ounce. Really? Wow, I can't wait to see this. Calories? Ha! Just let him try to stick on me. Alright already, you two. Let's get going before the old man closes shop. Aldoon's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know. Oh, Aldoon! I'm with Mr. Wright. Let's go. I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about them. Well, what are we waiting for? The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two. Yay! Thanks, boss. I won't let you down. Dana has no idea what she's getting into. Sir Aldoon's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man. That was our first case together. And it felt like nothing could bring us down after that. The dark age of the law seemed so distant, so irrelevant to our small, cozy office. But little did I know that it had
been lurking all along, right there behind us. The first time it made itself known was during the murder at the Themsis Legal Academy. That case would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come. End. Investigation Day 1. Turnabout Academy. All right. Well, that was Case 2, Episode 2, whatever you want to call it. Done. I don't like that, though. Next time, we jump on back into Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies, even though it should be the Apollo Justice, but whatever. I like this. Alright, so 2 out of 5 done. There's also the special episode. Okay, I didn't look. So we're good. I'll look to the side. You guys better not have looked either. But special episode we'll definitely do, but out of this main game story, we're 2/5 of the way through. So, yeah. Next time on stream, we will start Case 3 and figure out what more of this dark age of, law has become, which I still don't know how I feel about that whole the dark age of law thing, but whatever, I guess. We will see next time. See y'all later.